cheese. All right, and welcome back to That's Some Cheese, part of the Vendetta Sports Podcast Network. Today is Monday, March 8th, 2021, and we're going back to the Double Alex show. Alex Chick and, of course, all day AJ. I didn't even say J.K. Dobbins that time. I said all day AJ.
You've been saying J.K. Dobbins?
Just off the tongue like that. Wow. Sir Alex, how are you? What's up?
Wait, my Alex? Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not used to people having the same name as me.
He's producer Alex. I call you Sir Alex.
Okay. I got that now. I'm doing all right. It's spring break for me, so, we're chilling.
That's kind of why I wanted to have you on. I think next week we're gonna end up having a big guest, but we're not gonna speak too much into that. But I wanted to have Sir Alex on because he's on spring break, and I know with his goofy teacher schedule, this would be the week to have him on.
Dude, no, it's just teach all day, and and then I coach afterwards. So it's like it's a whole hassle, but we're here.
A whole asshole.
Yeah, I mean, well, shit, it's like a 7 to 7 schedule. I'm up at 7. I'm like going to work, and then I don't get home because I got all the kids.
I had a little bit of a different thought when you said that, but I'm gonna keep going here.
Okay. Okay. Let's yeah.
Let's start with this because I sort of dove into this. I had a little bit of an emergency press conference. Unacceptable for these shows to come out on a Thursday after they're recorded on a Monday. So I said what needed to be said. And I guess the theme of this is things are moving fast here, man. I don't have time for the incompetence. I don't have time for it. Things are moving and grooving. I spent the last 4 days doing undercover secret agent type shit. And that news is going to come out. But, I don't have time for the nonsense. So, Sophie got a promotion. Anything with my name attached with this show will be done by Sophie. No and, if, or buts about it. That's kind of the emergency press conference. Producer Alex, do I need to say anything else about it? I don't know.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it's good to see you again, Alex. I think the first show that I actually did was my first show with Vendetta was with you. So it's been like a month and a half or so since I've actually been on a call with you, besides texting about the nonsense that's gone on here and there. And there was a lot of nonsense last week. My job title is audio. That's what the title is. So there is no reason that there's video people that have to have the audio guy do the video. It just doesn't make sense to me. Am I capable of doing it? 1,000%. Should I be able to do it? 1,000%. But should I have to do it because people that are listed as video people can't do it? No, I can't get my head around it. Because one person is gone, we shouldn't be failing in video, or we shouldn't be able to get episodes.
We shouldn't be drowning.
One person
we shouldn't be drowning.
It's I can't even. And on the production side of things, it's so shocking. It's like we can't do anything else without one person. We fail without one person. I don't get it.
Yeah, so I'll link this in, but if the people don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link the emergency press conference in the description. Kind of said everything I needed to say. I just wanted to hear Alex's words because producer Alex's words, because that was such nonsense. And it had to be said because episode 100, I'm interviewing a CEO of a company and it comes out 4 days after. Nah. Don't have the time for it.
Oof. That's just no. It's not your job. It's not your job description to do that anyway. So it's just, if it's in your job description, fucking do it. If you're a video producer, fucking do it. Be the fucking video guy. You know what I mean?
All right. So the topic of the show today, or the lead topic of the day, Alex, I guess both Alexes, is it important for you to feel heard? For me, I can only speak for myself, but I don't care about others' opinions. I ask for others' opinions, but I don't necessarily always care for others' opinions. But I do want to be heard. When I say something, I don't want it to fall on deaf ears.
Well, usually when I want to be heard, I just start talking shit. And so usually I try to getting reactions out of people is probably the best way to be heard. And then, if I give them the answer back, I'm like, okay, they heard me. We understand there was a conversation that had to be had. But I think it is important to be heard. Um, if your opinion's kind of irrelevant, like some people I know, and Slack and Vendetta, then I'm like, okay, I really don't give a shit about your opinion. But I think it's important to be heard, but just know that your opinion may not be heeded all that well if you're not important.
Producer Alex, is it important to be heard?
Yeah, it's totally important to be heard. I mean, and now to Alex's point, he just doesn't care. Like some of the stuff that he says, it's just like he doesn't even care. Like I probably couldn't even say half the things that you say. Maybe that's because I haven't been here that long, but I don't even know if I would want to say those things. You just don't even care. But yeah, to your point, right? I would totally like you have to be heard, especially in your shoes, Trey. I mean, it's different for me, but in some situations, like last week, I would want to be heard because they need to hear what I am saying so we can produce what needs to be produced. That's all.
So, quick little side tangent before I jump in. I don't always feel like my voice is heard, not just from the people on the site, but I feel like that with my friends as well. So, I think it was maybe 2 episodes ago. I think I came on here and said my sort of plan was I'm going to be moving in with my friends in the Maryland area, and I'm going to get a part-time job at a gym. But then it got derailed because my friends had said, "Oh, we're moving someone else in." Didn't give me a heads up, didn't say, "Hey, we need you to work a little faster." It was just, "Hey, we're going to move someone else in." And to me, that is we don't really care about your voice. We don't really care about your opinions. We like having you around, but if it's not convenient for us, it doesn't matter. My point being, Russell Wilson has earned the right to say something more than my teammates matter. If anybody has ever listened to an interview with Russell Wilson, you can't watch it because he's about 15 minutes in and he's like, "I want to thank DK Metcalf's grandmother for help birth him." Like the guy is out of control, praising his teammates constantly. If Russell Wilson feels the need to say something, his voice should be heard. So he came out this week and he said, "Hey, I'd like a better offensive line. This is he's on pace to be the most sacked quarterback in the history of the NFL. His voice should be heard." Sir Alex.
I don't. Well, Trey, you can't say anything about Russell Wilson. Wanting to be heard. If you're not being heard, then be traded because you're gonna make someone mad. Okay, because I've been saying like there's always been a chance that he's gonna be traded. And it's not just me that's saying it. Other people have said, hey, if he doesn't want to be traded, then all he has to say is, I don't want to be traded. He has no trade clause, whatever.
My problem with it isn't Russell Wilson's side of things.
No.
It's the power hungry Pete Carroll side of things because he could have handled this in a much different way. Instead of saying, "Hey, Trey, we have another person interested in moving into the room, but we already promised you the room, so I need you to hurry up and get this job taken care of so that we can move you in." Instead of being kept in the loop, Pete Carroll has said, "Fuck you, Russell Wilson. I will continue to do whatever I want, and I don't care what you say." What he should have said is, "Okay, give me some names of some offensive linemen that you like, and we'll consider it." There is a way to go about things, is my point. Pete Carroll, and I wrote this post maybe a month ago before this has even gotten started. That man should be on the hot seat. He is power hungry. He doesn't care about other people's opinions.
Yeah, you have a top 5 quarterback in Russell Wilson, if not top 3 or whatever you want to rank him. He's up there. I mean, I'm not saying you gotta listen to every fucking player, but you want to listen to the best quarterbacks in football. There's no fucking doubt.
He's earned the right to voice an opinion other than thank you, DK Metcalf's grandmother, for helping birth him. I'm serious. For all the people that are watching, go watch any Russell Wilson interview. You can't even watch it for more than 5 minutes. He goes out of his way to praise people constantly out of his way. He's earned the right to say something. Pete Carroll, what has that guy done to be like, nah, not listening to you? He's a defensive-minded coach. His defense stinks. Since he's left USC, the program has kind of gone down the toilet, but it really is his fault because they got him into all these allegations. What was that noise?
That is my dog.
That was your dog?
Yeah, the little hump.
That was gross. That was
just
disgusting.
A little huff. It was just a little huff. God, the fucking dog is trying to live, Trey. Like, dang.
Anyway.
Go on.
Pete Carroll, his defense stinks. Russell Wilson has had a winning season ever since he's gotten there. In the 2 years that he didn't have Russell Wilson, he went 7-9, 7-9. His quarterback was Matt Flynn, was going nowhere. The Patriots fired him. The Jets fired him. I don't know if Pete Carroll's a good coach. I see a franchise that's bailed out by Russell Wilson.
I mean, that's completely fair. I don't know. I don't like Pete Carroll regardless, but I've grown,
Look at some of his drafts, because when he first got into the league, he was really good at drafting. And I say this all the time, but he was a USC coach, and the moment he passed on Taylor Mays for Earl Thomas, I said, wow, Seattle's going places, because he really knew those college guys, because I really thought he was going to take his own safety, Taylor Mays. He didn't. He took Earl Thomas, and he found guys like Richard Sherman in the 5th round because he was in college and saw him in college. Cam Chancellor in the late rounds. The Seahawks roster now, he's so far gone from college. He just gets horny off of doing the weirdest shit possible. That's Pete Carroll. What can I do to get myself a boner? Let's take Rashad Penny in the 1st round. He'll fix all of our problems. You can't make sense of anything he does anymore. None. It's kind of like Belichick. Belichick's rosters were good. Now I'm convinced Belichick doesn't watch college football. I'm convinced Pete Carroll doesn't watch college football because you can't make sense of anything he does. Jordan Brooks, he's going to be our 1st round pick. LJ Collier. Bet you couldn't even tell me where he went to school, Alex.
I thought, fuck no.
He's right in your backyard at TCU. You never even heard of him. That was a 1st round pick. You can't make sense of what Seattle does. They've had one good pick in like the last 5 years, and it's Metcalf. That's it.
Well, it was hard to miss that one. I wanted people. I thought he was a 1st round pick all the way.
Seattle took 3 guys ahead of Metcalf.
I know, it doesn't fucking make sense. I loved Metcalf. There's like, you could teach. You can't you could
giving up 2 1st round picks for Jamal Adams is a joke. A joke.
For a box safety, yeah.
It's a total joke. And to pay him whatever he wants. You can't make sense of what Pete Carroll does anymore. So, yes, I think Russell Wilson has the right to voice his opinion. And here's the biggest one. John Schneider, who is the GM, interviewed with the Lions this offseason because he wanted out. Do you know how, sad, depressed, angry, frustrated you need to be the general manager of the Seattle Seahawks and be like, I want to interview with the Lions.
I need to get out.
I need to get out of here.
To go to fucking Detroit. That's no. I mean, okay, I have to bring this question up, though. Well, yeah, I have to bring this question up. If you don't have Pete Carroll, who do you hire? Who would you hire?
Anybody. I was a big Matt Rule guy a year ago. This year, I think Urban Meyer's the best head coaching job, but I'm not sure he would have taken the Seattle job. I would interview Lincoln Riley. I would interview Brian Kelly at Notre Dame. I'd interview Joe Brady, the Panthers offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of off the top of my head, I guess.
Yeah. I was just curious, but I mean, you do talk about Russell Wilson. He's like all, super nice guy. Like you have to, I think it took everything.
He's a great guy.
It took everything in him to be like, hey, and he's like, shivering. He might be sweating a little bit. He's like, hey, I need offensive linemen. I bet it took everything in him to fucking say that because it was something like not like his usual self. Like it wasn't like, hey, thanks for this opportunity. Thanks for this. Thanks for that. Thanks for this. But I need some offensive linemen. Like,
He's on pace to be the most sacked quarterback in the history of the NFL. And part of that is maybe 10% of it is his fault because he does hang on to the ball a lot. He is a backyard style quarterback. He runs around and tries to make plays, but his offensive line does stink. Let's not make that like this isn't a good offensive line, bad Russell Wilson problem because he does run around and maybe a sack or two is his fault on the year. But I mean, what name some of his guys he's got up front, Alex.
Don't ask me. I don't know. Don't ask me. I just know Russell Wilson's really good and DK Metcalf's really good. Anybody else I really don't give a shit about. So, I don't know anybody up front. That tells you everything you need to know.
To cap it off, I would say my voice should be heard. So when I say something in the Slack, it should be done.
Yeah. And especially the way we're going right now, it's you know what? If you're not listening, get the fuck out. Get out of here. We don't need you. You're dead weight. Dead weight. If you want to leave, or if you're on the fence about leaving, or you know what, you got a problem with how we're running things, go. Get the fuck out. It's dead weight.
That was the second part of this is just things are going. Things are moving. My voice needs to be heard. Russell Wilson's voice needs to be heard. If I say something, it better get fucking done. And it better get done the right way because I do not have time to babysit. And Russell Wilson is now 34, 33?
32, I thought.
He doesn't have much time left. Well, he does. He does have time.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the peak Russell Wilson years left. He doesn't have time for the Pete Carroll nonsense. He doesn't.
Free Russ. Free him. Free Russ.
Producer Alex, you have an opinion on this?
I wanted to go back to the coaching thing when you were naming head coaches. Trey, would you think about putting Doug Peterson on the list? I don't know.
Was that a serious question?
It's a serious question. He's out there, so why not?
Why not?
Well, you were all college minded. So I'm like, all right, is there anybody NFL minded?
What does Doug Peterson bring to the table?
Nothing, but maybe just give him a chance.
No. If I'm hiring somebody, I want to know they're bringing in an elite skill set to the table. I can look at Lincoln Riley and say,
Marcus Mariota deserves a second chance, Trey.
Shut the fuck up.
If you didn't know, I didn't say it.
Marcus Mariota can't.
I didn't say it. Someone else said it.
If I'm hiring someone, I want to know that they bring something to the table. I can't answer that with Doug Peterson. When the year they won the Super Bowl, I know Frank Reich called the plays. What did he do?
Right. Yeah. Well, nothing. There for moral support.
What does Pete Carroll do? He's a defensive-minded coach. Okay, great. His defense sucks.
I know you choose gum because, man, holy shit, he'd be chewing the fuck out of that.
He's an old guy that's got high energy. I need more. I need more out of my coach. And especially one if he's going to cause headaches like this. Because since the owner has died, it's been pretty much reported he runs the show. It's Pete Carroll and nobody else's opinion matters.
Oof. Big oof. I'm not with it.
All right. Make sure to follow Sir Alex. He's the Vendetta coach on Twitter. If you are not doing that already, he is he's employee number 2 actually on the site, right? Yeah. I think.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Employee number 2. Make sure to follow Alex Vendetta coach on Twitter. All day AJ27 in the booth. Producer Alex, myself, Trey Dalbert. One quick thing I want to shout out the shows. That's Some Cheese minus the E for Twitter. _ That's Some Cheese for the Instagram. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
The following is brought to you in partnership by Symbol. Symbol is a new sports marketplace where you can trade shares of professional teams like stocks. You love sports. You interested in fantasy sports without the weekly annoyance of fantasy league upkeep? Then Symbol's the app for you. With Symbol, fantasy sports is going to a whole other level. How it works is simple. You buy Symbol shares for your favorite sim teams on the app. When your sim team wins, you get automatic cash deposits, and you don't lose any money when they lose. That's it. So if you follow trends across football, basketball, hockey, and coming soon baseball, and you think your team is a sleeper, simply invest in your favorite sim teams on Symbol and watch your virtual portfolio prove you right or wrong. And if you want to get in on the action right away, Vendetta Sports Media's got you covered. Go to symbol.app/Vendetta and use our exclusive promo code Vendetta, and you'll get a $10 bonus when making your first deposit. Symbol, taking fantasy sports to a whole other level.
All right, we're back here, and I have sort of 2 more topics, and then we can kind of wing it the rest of the way. So this is why I can't ride with Dak Prescott, Alex. I can't ride with him. And people will defend Dak Prescott, and people will say, oh, he doesn't get the respect he deserves and blah, blah, blah. But when stories come out that he wants to be the second highest paid quarterback behind Patrick Mahomes, this is why I can't ride with Dak Prescott. I can't do it.
I've never said Dak Prescott was a bad quarterback.
I've never once said guy can't play.
He is average. He is average. That's who he is. I mean, he needs people to win with, and that's fair. I mean, that's most quarterbacks in the NFL. However,
can we pause on that for a second?
Sure. Let me hear it.
I want to play a game. Let's play a quick game because this is the game I wanted to play with Dak Prescott.
All right.
Let's take everybody in the NFC East.
Okay.
Just combine all the teams. Okay. Give me the 3 receivers you would take. Go.
Mari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, probably Terry McLaurin.
I would take Gallup over McLaurin, but that's fine. I'll accept your answer.
That's moronic, Trey. That's moronic.
It's not.
You cannot say that. You cannot say
I can say that.
Michael Gallup, you would have Michael Gallup over Scary Terry.
100%.
Get him, Alex. Get him, Alex.
No sense.
No. Get him,
How does
Alex.
it not make any
You're
sense?
a draft guy. You're a draft guy.
Yeah.
It's Terry
they stole
McLaurin.
him.
Scary Terry.
It's Scary Terry. That's not. No.
Gallup.
Terry.
It's Gallup.
It's Scary Terry.
Captain
Anyway.
for a reason.
Michael Gallup did shit this year.
He's got 2 other guys on his team. He's sharing
Doesn't
targets.
matter. So?
I
Terry
knew when
McLaurin,
you said
on Terry McLaurin, they'll send the whole defense at him. He'll still get catches.
I
Ain't
knew
no
when you
doubt.
said let's play this game, let's have the 3 receivers. I knew you were looking for all 3 Cowboys receivers. I knew that was.
I'm not done with the game, though. I'm not done with the game. Okay, who's the best offensive tackle in the division? Go ahead.
The guy on the Cowboys.
Tyron Smith.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay, who's the best guard in the division?
Cowboys.
Zach Martin. Who's the best pass rusher? This one. Just give me the top 2.
Chase Young and
Chase Young.
Probably other guy from the Cowboys.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah.
Probably. Who's the best 2 linebackers in the division?
I like Van Der Esch and the other guy. I don't.
Jalen Smith.
Yeah.
Oh, not Blake Martinez.
Okay, he belongs.
Third
he belongs
tackles.
to the conversation.
3rd in tackles. Van Der Esch was out almost the entire year.
Van Der Esch is better than Blake.
Van Der Esch is still good. No, let's. Van Der Esch is still good.
Van Der Esch is
deserves his
disgusting.
respect. Yeah.
Blake Martinez he's a try-hard guy. He doesn't have the talent that
A
Van Der Esch
try-hard guy in the NFL. I feel like you have to try in the NFL to succeed. He tries too hard. I don't know why.
He's one of those grinders, you know. He's a Stanford guy. He goes out there, he plays the game the right way. He's always in the spot he needs to be, but like he's not a super gifted athlete. He's a good player. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's a good player, but like he doesn't have the pure raw talent of Van Der Esch.
Okay.
Go ahead, producer Alex. I know you're upset.
All right, so then you want to keep you. Let's stay on the offensive side then. What running back do you want? You want Ezekiel Elliott over Saquon Barkley? I swear to God, if that comes out of your mouth, the show has to stop. It has to stop. There's no way you're actually thinking about this. There's no way. There's no way.
Hold on. 2 years ago, I would have taken Zeke, 1,000%. The only reason to me why it's questionable is because Dallas has run Zeke into the ground. He has so many carries that he's kind of lost a step.
Sure. He played that last maybe 5 to 6 games hurt, and you can tell.
I'm still on the
He's
fence.
gotten so many carries where you can see him dip a little bit, Zeke. But from when he first came out of Ohio State, yeah, I'll take him over Barkley.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it. I feel like.
Okay, here's the point of the game.
Yeah.
I have now taken 10, 12 Cowboys over the rest of the division combined. Who's Philadelphia bringing to the table? Just Fletcher Cox. That's it. If you combined all the teams, just Fletcher Cox is the Eagles' contribution.
I'd maybe put Darius Slay on that list.
Okay.
Yeah.
The problem in Dallas is not talent. I do not want to hear one time about how, well, Dak Prescott, he doesn't have enough help. He's got a lot to overcome. I don't want to hear it. I don't. This team sucks.
Everything has to be perfect. It seems like, it has a super talented. Now it's Jason Garrett's fault. Now they have Mike McCarthy.
Can we
That's
bring
gonna
up
be
the
other
Jason
experience.
Garrett stuff? Can we bring up the Jason Garrett stuff?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not a Jason Garrett defender. I'm not. I never will pretend to be. However, it is now undeniable he's an upgrade over Mike McCarthy. Undeniable. And number two, who's the good coach in the division that you're like, well, he got a deficit to come here? Who's the good coach in the division?
You tell me,
Who
Trey.
is it?
You tell me. Who is the good coach? There's a right
It
answer.
looked like Ron Rivera.
There's a right answer here.
Coach.
You
We're
tell
sure
me.
Ron Rivera's a good coach. We're positive about that.
What is your
No.
answer here, Trey? What are you about to say, Trey? What's your answer to that question?
Who's the good coach in the division?
Yeah, I want to hear yours before I say mine. There's a right
Get
answer.
him, Alex.
Right
Get him,
now,
Alex.
right now, I think it's Joe Judge.
Thank you.
Well,
Finally, we got
hold
one.
on. Well, hold on. When Jason Garrett was there, that guy was Pat Shurmur.
Yeah.
So who was the good coach in the division to where we're like, well, we have Jason Garrett, we can't overcome him.
Well, I mean,
So what? We can't beat Pat Shurmur Giants. We can't beat Doug Peterson Eagles. Who was the coach of the Washington last year? Jay Gruden, who got fired for hanging out with what was he doing? Hanging out with underage girls?
I don't know. There was a bunch of shit he did.
Who's the coach in the division we're like, can't win with Jason Garrett? Come on. Come on. Jason Garrett's record, by the way, he's over 500 as a coach. You can't coach that long and have an over 500 record and be like, well, he's just flat out can't manage a room. I refuse to believe that.
Everything has to be perfect for Dak Prescott to win. That's what it comes down to.
I have two quick things on Dak, and then we can move on. Number one, who do you think you are, and why would you not accept the franchise tag? Producer Alex, you can look this up, but I believe I should have had this prepared. I believe since the year that Kirk Cousins was franchised, he is the single highest paid quarterback in football. Kirk Cousins. You can get very rich playing the franchise tag game. Why would he be so against the idea of getting tagged for a second time? I believe the tag number is $37 million for 1 year, all of which I believe would be guaranteed the second he signs it. And then the following year, he can test the market. And think about this. There's no good college quarterbacks next year. Somebody will pay Dak Prescott if he hits the market. There is not a Trevor Lawrence, a Justin Fields, a Zach Wilson next year. They don't exist. There's one quarterback next year I like, and I don't think a lot of people do.
yeah, his cousin's contract with the Vikings was the first fully guaranteed contract in NFL history.
So playing the game,
million guaranteed.
playing the game of Kirk Cousins isn't a bad game to play. If you believe in yourself, Dak Prescott, you should get tagged because you'll make more money.
He doesn't believe in himself. That's why he needs a fucking deal. That's what he's like. That's like, sign me up long term. I need my chicken because I don't know if I can play like this for the rest of my
Why
career.
would you want to hit the market this year? That's my thing.
Yeah.
Every team should be able to get their quarterback. Next year, there's one guy I like, and it's the Oklahoma guy, Spencer Rattler. And I know nobody else likes him, but by this time next year, they will. Guarantee it. Nobody else is really that good in the draft next year, in my opinion.
Wait,
Why
so
would
we're-
you not want to hit the market next year?
I just don't understand why we're not giving Dak any credit, though. We're just completely shitting on him. He played 5 games.
This is why I'm not giving him any credit, because he's got all the talent in the world. It's a bad division. The second you pay him, that's not changing. If he can't win with this team that he's got, he's not winning if you take 4 or 5 guys off the roster.
But if we
can't do it.
And we were talking about how we were kind of shitting on Zeke earlier, but I mean, when Dak didn't have Ezekiel Elliott, he played horrible.
Oh, terrible.
He also
Like,
he played
so-
in 5 games this season, and I guess you can say 4.5 when he got taken out with the Giants.
And it's a good talented squad. No one said he can't play.
Right, but I'm saying in 3 of those 5 games, he had over 450 yards. Over 450 yards.
And they were 1-4 and still didn't win.
I mean, that could be a credit to
So-
some of the defense too. But
You're right, but this is the problem. Let's go back to the 2019 year. 2019 year. And in my opinion, Carson Wentz is significantly better. If you swapped them, if you put Wentz in Dallas and Dak in Philadelphia that 2019 year, where Carson Wentz broke his NFL record for the most passing yards ever without a receiver hitting the 1,000-yard mark, Dallas wins that division running away with Carson Wentz the way he played 2019. Running away.
no, he's garbage now. Apparently,
Running
He's always-
Philadelphia, their number 1 receiver last year was Greg Ward. And he willed his way into winning that division. If Dak Prescott is so good, there's no reason they should have had a 3-4 game gap on that division last year. Or
Yeah.
2019.
yeah. I
Boston
agree.
Scott was legitimately like the most important player in Philadelphia. That year they won that division. Boston Scott.
God damn.
I
it.
don't want to hear the Dak Prescott stuff. I can't do it. He wants to make more than Watson? Huh? He wants to make more than Russell Wilson? Huh? Can't do it. In fact, here's the craziest part. They could, if Dallas, if they pulled off a trade for Russell Wilson, they would have more cap space than if they just tagged Dak Prescott. Think about that.
That's
What are we
something
doing?
to think about.
What
That's
are we
something to
doing?
think about. I don't know. I never understood that. I beefed with plenty of Cowboy fans.
I would trade him
about that.
today.
Shit, why not?
If somebody offered me a first-round pick for Dak Prescott, I'd take it right now. Just one.
Well, we can't shit on him and expect him to get a first round pick though. So I would say maybe second.
Sam Bradford got a first-round pick.
That's fucking Sam. Who's dumbass that traded for Sam Bradford though?
The Vikings, they gave up a first-round pick and more for Sam Bradford.
Exactly my point. It's Sam Bradford and the Vikings did it. Okay, that's why the Vikings haven't won anything. Fucking.
All right, I have one more topic. Make sure to follow Sir Alex, Vendetta Coach on Twitter, all day J.K. Dobbins in the booth, myself, Trey Dalbert. The Jets. I kind of wrote this in my draft post today, but regardless of what the Jets do, I feel like it will not work out for them.
They're fucked. They're fucked.
If I've learned anything in life, it's what can go wrong for the Jets, what can go wrong for the Mets. Normally does. And I wrote this today. I don't know what I would do. I still don't. Because I think regardless, Joe Douglas is going to get himself fired, regardless of what he does. If he trades Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold, let's say he trades him to San Francisco, and Darnold's going to ball out in San Francisco.
He would. Absolutely.
He will look like an idiot. He will look like an idiot. You had Sam Darnold. He looks like this. Why couldn't you make him play like
He'll
that?
look like an idiot. No, all the people that are still about the QB wins, like, oh, the team wins as the QB stat. No, they'll
But
look like
Joe Douglas will look like a fool if he's the guy that gives up on Sam Darnold and he goes and balls out.
Oh yeah.
He will look like a fool. And then in that scenario, he will draft his quarterback. And next year, regardless of who the Jets have at quarterback, they will not compete.
Yeah, no doubt. I've never been big on. No, Sam Darnold is a fucking.
What I think they're going to
great.
do, I think they're going to draft Zach Wilson, and I think Zach Wilson can play. However, you're asking Zach Wilson to go into the division with Bill Belichick, and I know the Patriots roster isn't good, but he's still one of the best defensive minds ever. He's going into the division with Brian Flores, who their defense will only continue to get better because they have the most draft capital and cap space and all that. And Buffalo is already disgusting.
Yeah. No.
Dak Wilson will not play well next year.
No.
He won't. If he's on the Jets, he won't.
They have to trade down. But even if they trade down, it's a loser. Everything
this is the problem. This
Yeah.
is the problem. Let's say they keep Darnold. They trade the second overall pick. The team they trade that, let's say, I don't know, Carolina moves up. That Joe Douglas will look like an idiot. You gave up the second overall pick. Here's Zach Wilson dominating in Carolina, and they're in the playoff hunt. And how did you do that? And you kept Darnold, and you still can't compete. He's gonna get fired. It does not matter what he does. He will get fired.
Yeah, no, that Jets roster is just, it's so bad. It's horrible.
I'm serious. I think he gets fired regardless.
Yeah, no, the Jets job is like, it's a fucking career suicide. That's what happens. It's like, this is what happened. This is why did you go to the Jets? It's literally career suicide. You go to the Jets if you're fucking desperate for a job. That's what it is. If you are desperate for a job, you'll go to the Jets. That's about it.
You can't turn this roster around in 1 year.
No,
You can't do it.
5 years. This is a 5-year project. You have to start from scratch.
Your
no way.
Raiders team stinks.
Oh fuck! Oh, here we fucking go. We could not just bring. We had to bring up the Raiders.
Your Raiders team stinks. I don't know how many guys on the Jets would make your Raiders team.
Whatever.
Mosley, the new left tackle they have might be the end of the list.
Yeah.
That's how bad the Jets are.
No, Jets are horrible. Poor guys. Poor Jets fans. I'll pray for you, but I mean,
You're a Darnold believer.
I am.
I want nothing more than for that guy to get traded to San Francisco. That is my hopes and dreams for the offseason. I hope nothing more. I hope Darnold goes to San Francisco. Garoppolo can go back to New England. That's my dream scenario.
Yeah. No. I want get free Sam Darnold. We were talking about free Russ now. Free Sam Darnold first. Like that guy.
We freed Carson Wentz. We were able to free him. We just got to get, if Sam Darnold gets freed, I will sleep really good at night.
The Colts are, I don't care what anyone says, Colts are fucking Super Bowl contenders. They're Super Bowl contenders. No fucking doubt in my mind.
Producer Alex, are you a Darnold guy?
I don't want to say I'm high on Darnold, but yeah, if he goes somewhere else, he can be the guy, but I just don't see it happening. I think the play for the Jets is they keep him. There's no point in wasting that number 2 pick on another quarterback. There's no point. I don't see it happening. I don't see him leaving.
They have to draft well. And that's the first problem. They have to draft well. Doesn't matter.
I thought Darnold was going to be a lot more successful than he is, and that's part of the problem with that is just the Jets being the Jets. But realistically,
it's 90% of the problem.
Yeah, realistically, the problem is he's not going to go anywhere. That would be cool to see him go to San Francisco. I just don't see it.
I think they're going to draft. I honestly think they're going to draft Zach Wilson, and I think they're going to trade him.
Trade him wherever. I think if he's not going to the Jets or the Texans, I think he's fine. I think he'll be fine.
The Texans.
God, what a fucking joke. What a fucking joke of a franchise.
I do have one more thing to bring up. You're not a big draft guy, so we don't have to spend a ton of time on this, and we can wrap up.
Okay.
It's funny to me how I bring up a year ago how I said Kyle Pitts was the best player in the draft. And it's just funny how all of the sudden we hear all these opinions about, well, Kyle Pitts he's just awesome. It's like, yeah, I try to tell you that, guys. Way to jump on the party. You know how many dirty looks I got when I said Kyle Pitts was the best player in the draft, overall player, regardless of position?
Probably the whole room. The whole room.
I want to look up this experiment. I want to go back to maybe a couple, if there's a mock draft out there with Daniel Jeremiah's name attached. I think he had him going like 25, like a month ago.
Oof. A month ago?
I'm pretty sure.
Oof, no.
I fucking hate these draft people. They don't have any opinions. It's all, what do you think? Let's pile on. I think the same thing.
Let's ride the trend is what they do.
I hate them all. I'm convinced that's what happened with Trubisky. One guy said they liked him. Is like, yeah, Let's do it, man.
No. It was Trubisky saying, "I want to play for the Browns." I think that's what it was. And everyone's like, "Oh, this guy, yeah, he's great."
It's
That's
hilarious.
literally when it changed. That's literally when it changed.
These
So
draft people, they have no opinions.
for what it's worth, I think Kyle Pitts goes to the Panthers. I think he goes.
For what it's worth, I would just want to mark it down. I think he's the Hall of Famer in the draft. I'm sure there will be more than one, but he's the guy. If I don't need a quarterback, I will not leave the draft without him if I'm in a position to take him.
That's fair. I like that.
And it's funny we have you on because I see all these draft comparisons about he's the next Darren Waller. He's the next Darren Waller. He's better than Darren Waller. He's going to be better than Darren Waller. Darren Waller coming out of Georgia Tech, he was a skinny wide receiver that they ran that stupid triple option offense with Paul Johnson, and he had drug problems, and the Ravens cut him, and he was a reclamation project, and it took him like 6 years to do anything. He's better than Darren Waller coming out of school.
Yeah, coming out of school, yeah.
Not even a fair comparison.
And then if he's already better than Darren Waller coming out of school, and he's gonna have, if he just stays out of trouble and he gets in the right system and he just progresses,
I've never seen anything like him. He's a 6'6" tight end demigod that can run, and everything you throw to him is an 80-20 ball. Never seen anything like him.
If he's there at 11, do the Giants think about taking him? If he's there at 11,
you have to. I think he's the best player in the draft. Go back and watch.
Could you think about, for these teams, especially the Giants, who need a number one wide receiver, do you think they could almost list him as a wide receiver and have him play as a wide receiver?
I wouldn't.
Because
why would you put him a wide receiver?
I think he's more of a wide receiver than a tight end. I think the reason he's so successful is because he's not blocking as much. So when he's not a blocking tight end.
You can line him up different places, sure, but to me, this is the most ridiculous conversation in the draft. And I know I'm anti-tight end. I'll never take a tight end in the first round. This guy, yeah, I'll take him.
Because the last time the Giants took a tight end in the first round, it was Evan Ingram.
I'll never take a tight end in the first
round. How'd that go?
Kyle Pitts, he's the first one that I will take it.
Like, I have to ask, why do Giants fans hate Evan Ingram?
He sucks. He can't catch.
I've always liked Evan Ingram.
First of all, the game in Philadelphia on Thursday night, that should have been a win if basket catch Ingram could have went like this and caught the ball, hit him in his fingertips. You're a first round pick.
I just noticed that just because Anthony.
And now people are telling me, "Oh, why are you going to take a tight end again in the first round?" It's not just any tight end.
This is a running back conversation with me. I don't take running backs in the first round. Chris Johnson, I'll take him in the first round.
See, Trey, what? I'm losing brain cells in some of these. Wait, so you wouldn't take a running back in the first round when Saquon Barkley was taking it too? Yeah, that makes it doesn't make sense to me.
How does it not make sense? Nick Chubb's better than him. He was taken a round later.
Oh my
god! How does it not make sense? Nick Chubb's better than him.
Comeback player of the year. Watch out.
Okay.
I think you don't like Scary Terry because his cult came after you. I think that's the most.
It was the most ridiculous cult of all time. It's the most ridiculous cult of all time. I wrote a post on AJ Brown being the most underrated wide receiver in the league, and all these McLaurin fans came out of the clouds like, it's Scary Terry. It's Scary Terry. No, it's not. He's Mike Wallace. Get over it.
Alex, I think underrated here. I think the answer in that question there is Scary Terry. And tell me I'm wrong.
It's AJ Brown. AJ Brown's
you can put
AJ Brown or AJ Brown.
I think it's Terry McLaurin.
He's not better than AJ Brown.
No, I say AJ.
Come on,
AJ.
No, I'm not saying he's better, but I'm talking about underrated.
No,
if we're talking at a pure underrated standpoint.
AJ,
he's Mike Wallace.
No, because last year Terry McLaurin had his thing right, but before the year we were all big on AJ Brown, and like no one was really talking about it. But no, AJ, and then AJ Brown exploded this year, and then everyone's like. Wow,
I got AJ Brown in our website fantasy league for like $12.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Bro, I'm coming back this year. I had such a shitty draft. It was my first auction draft. It was so shitty for me. And now I'm like, okay, you live and you learn. This year will be better. This year will be better for me.
Just quick on Kyle Pitts. Go back and watch him against Pat Surtain. ate him for dinner. Wasn't close. And I think Pat Surtain's the best corner in the draft by a mile. This Kyle Pitts is scary. He's something different. I wouldn't leave the draft without him if he's on the board.
You would draft him 1 overall?
I mean, I no, because if you draft the number 1 overall, you have to take Lawrence.
Yeah. What about 2 overall? The Jets take him.
I try to trade down and see if I can still get him.
I'm trying to get a hot take out of you.
I
For
take
3rd
him,
overall.
I take him. I take him 4.
Falcons?
Yeah.
All right. I don't hate that. Hayden Hurst. That guy's awesome.
It would be tough to pass on the Oregon left tackle at 3.
That guy's a fucking monster. Holy shit.
Because
the Jets would take him.
Because I think Tua needs the protection.
I'd give him a wide receiver. Jamar Chase. I think we're forgetting about Jamar Chase. Take Jamar Chase. Guy's a fucking monster.
Eagles are getting him.
No, Howie Roseman's too dumb to take him.
Oh my God, he's not going to make another mistake on this. It's not going to be 3.
I don't know. I keep saying that about the Raiders, and then next thing you know, I get shit on because we take Farrell.
There's no way that he does it for the 3rd time in a row.
He's too
It's
dumb.
not happening.
3rd time. It takes him 3 times to get it right.
Hey, the news came out. Jalen Hurts is the starting quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, and there will be no competition, according to owner Jeff Lurie.
Yeah, and they're building the team around Hurts, as they should.
As they should.
Who would you build it around?
Not that clown.
Somebody else.
He can't play.
2nd round pick, by the way.
You're judging. You're judging that. You're saying he can't
He's
play.
Marcus Mariota.
You're saying that though because like you were saying the same things about Carson Wentz. He had nobody there. He had no line. Half the team opted out. He had no receivers with him.
I'm judging him based on his.
You could just yell at Carson Wentz the same way we're yelling at Hurts.
I'm judging him based on what I've seen from Hurts in college.
He's Marcus Mariota.
I wouldn't have drafted him. Like period. I don't think
you're going to be wrong about Jalen Hurts.
Okay, but this is the thing we have to say. If he looks good for 6 games, I don't want to hear from you. I want to hear from you 2-3 years from now.
Fine, done.
Because I mean, to be fair, he was not big on the Lamar. He's never been big on Lamar Jackson, and it's just now coming to fruition that he's
the same people that told me I was wrong about Marcus Mariota. I don't want to hear from those people for 8 games. Like, I'll hear from you 2 years from now. We'll see if he's still a starter.
He will be.
Okay.
Who are the Eagles drafting at wide receiver? Let's be realistic. Like, let's not even
Jamar Chase at 6.
Sage Surratt, Wake Forest. Guy can't run.
Watch Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase.
Philadelphia.
Watch Devontae Smith and Jamar Chase be on the board, and they pick Jalen Waddle.
I like Waddle.
They still could. That's still a right answer though. Any one of those guys they need, preferably Jamar Chase though.
Sage Surratt, Wake Forest. He's perfect for Philadelphia. Can't run, can't play, can't do anything. What else do we got? We're kind of winging it here. We got anything? You want me to end this?
I don't know. I can always go on and talk shit. I can't, man. Alex, I have to ask. You're big on the NFC East, but I thought you were a Philly guy. Are you a Philly guy?
This guy texts me New York Rangers updates. Hey, what's his name? Chris Kreider, hat trick, trade for him, man.
Yeah.
He's such a homer.
8 days, 2 hat tricks. 8 days, 5 games, 2 hat tricks.
He's such a homer.
I can do that.
I can't wait until the NFL season starts and he's like, Darius Slayton, trade the house for him in fantasy.
No shot. I would not say that. No shot.
But no, seriously.
They need to get Devonta Smith.
Yeah, it's okay.
No.
You're a big defender, Scary Terry. Big defender.
Yeah, but I'm NFC.
Giants.
I'm a Giants fan, but like, I'm gonna sit here and bash Terry McLaurin.
Okay.
And then the Jalen Hurts thing pissed me off because it makes no sense. We were saying
what do you mean it doesn't make sense?
Saying the same things about Carson Wentz, why he was trash this year. Because he has no time in the pocket. He getting sacked all the time. He has no line. He has no receivers to throw to. They can't catch, whatever. Jalen Hurts was dealing with the same problems, and we're already going to shit on him. He played 3 games.
I don't understand. This is the notion I don't understand. I don't understand this notion how we're like Jalen Hurts Tua. Hey, What do we got going on here? They're not in the same galaxy.
Who?
Jalen
Tua-
Hurts and Tua.
And you're putting Tua all the way up here, and you're putting Jalen.
He's
Hurts all the way up.
significantly better. Significantly.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
Significantly.
what?
Significantly.
I was saying to myself and my friends personally when Tua was about to go to the draft. You guys are gonna kill me for this. You're gonna slaughter me for this. But I never said this publicly because I wasn't in a position to do that. But I would have if I could have. I was saying I don't think Tua is NFL caliber at the beginning.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
Producer.
That's what I was saying to my friends, and I was saying it to myself.
I mean,
He's not NFL caliber.
legitimately.
Why was he benched for Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is about
not
to
healthy.
retire
He's
because
a rookie.
because
not
no
healthy.
one wants him? Who's
He's not
about to retire because no one
rookie.
wants him?
He's not healthy. He shouldn't have played this year. He's
Joke.
coming off a broken hip.
Joke.
He should have played this year.
He's a rookie.
Okay, we're saying the same things about Jalen Hurts. He's a rookie. I'll say the same thing. He played way less games than Tua.
My
as well.
opinion,
It's the
I
same
don't care.
argument.
I don't care one single play I saw out of Jalen Hurts this year. I don't care. My opinion on it stems from what I saw in college. Wouldn't have drafted him. Wouldn't have taken him. He's on the board in the 7th round. We'll pass. I got a better option.
So Tua's not good.
No, I hate Tua.
And that's the other thing about this draft.
Are we recording? We're recording, right? Like we got this on film, right?
Oh, we have.
That's
not-
the other-
Caught him in 4K. That's what we're doing right now.
Zoom in on my.
That's the other thing we're doing about this draft. We're like, hey, Mac Jones. It's like, okay, I know Mac Jones can play, but I think Tua's started over him for a reason. He's the most efficient passer in the history of college football. I think he can play. I think he's going to be fine. Guys need to relax. Guy wasn't healthy this year. He should have never played.
All right, I don't know, Alex. You're I don't know, man. Seems kind of sus to me. Tua's good. I don't know. I think we always gotta be patient.
He's going to be fine.
Well, you always gotta. I get this is going back to your point about Jalen Hurts, but I don't know. Sometimes you can look at a quarterback and say, yeah, he can't play, he can't throw. Lamar Jackson can't throw. Everyone gets mad about the running back jokes, but it's completely fucking true. Didn't Jarvis Landry beat him in like a throwing competition or some shit?
He did.
Like, yeah. So Lamar Jackson can't throw. He can run, and he just happens to play.
The Lamar Jackson stuff's a joke.
So I don't know.
All right, producer Alex, I think that's good for today.
He got a little fired up. It's all right. We like it. We like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Make sure to follow the Vendetta Coach on Twitter. Myself, Trey Dalbert, all day AJ27. Just because he debated well, he had some good energy. I won't throw the Dobbins thing in there today. Subscribe on YouTube, like the video, share the video, do all that shit. That's some cheese minus the E for Twitter. That's some underscore. That's some cheese for the Instagram. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.